Hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 commentary. This one, I wanted it to be special, but it's really not all that special because it is the 100th, that's right, the 100th Warcraft 3 cast going up on my channel. It is the first game in a best of 3 series for WFDC between Cow51 spawning as the red human in the upper right, allied with Scamp1 spawning as the yellow orc in the lower right, versus Forever Ted spawning as the blue undead in the lower left, allied with the purple orc Fly spawning in the upper right, or upper left, yes. This is a pretty good series from what I've been told, so we'll see how that goes. And it's a best of 3. I say it's a best of 3. Watch it be not a best of 3. I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3. We'll find that out as we go along, but I'm pretty sure it is. And yeah, I'm going to leave the allied colors as they are. It seems like, I think, because no, I won't. I'll do it like this. There we go. I'll put these guys same. I thought it was an elf. I thought they were like all different, but no. It's fine. We'll just do it like this. This is fine. No problem. So let's go ahead and get into the cast. This is going to be Cow51 going with the Archmage first, getting some footmen out. Down here we're going to see Scamp getting out a Blade Master, having a late barracks, which is an interesting choice in a 2v2, as always, because there could be a big push coming your way, for example, that could be very difficult to defend if you do not have that barracks. So that could always be an issue. We do see Fiend and Death Knight coming out for Ted, fairly standard. And for Fly, we're actually going to see a Tauren Chieftain as well as some Grunts. Now, a Tauren Chieftain is fairly not standard for a first hero, but in 2v2, you'll find that essentially you can go a lot of variety. Now, you can see that late barracks coming in from Scamp. It's going to take him a little while to get that up, but it looks like with a Tauren Chieftain first coming in from Fly, we might actually see an early harass coming over here to Cow51's army. And that could be a bit of a problem. There will be, of course, the Blade Master coming over here to harass Ted's base, maybe to stop him from creeping. This camp actually does slow your units. These little guys can slow. They can also heal. So it can be a very difficult camp to creep out, and especially if you have a Blade Master harassing you while it happens, it's really impossible for the most part. I've got to say, at least in my opinion, it's very, very difficult to creep that out. Over here on the middle part of the map, we do see Fly just going ahead and harassing Cow51's army with that Grunt. Not doing a whole lot. You can see that the Tauren Chieftain has come out now, waiting at that shop. Going to go ahead and pick up a healing salve and a a scroll of speed. Over here for Ted, we can see just trying to deal with the creep as well as his Blade Master at the same time, taking some free hits on those Fiends. Not happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and now start to focus on that Blade Master indeed. Try to get him out of the way so he can pull this creep camp back out. But there's also going to be Cow51's human army chilling out right outside of his base as well, which could always present a problem. Over here we're going to see Fly does have that Tauren Chieftain now, kind of surrounding and closing in on that Blade Master, but that Blade Master is going to be able to windwalk and get away, no problem. But we do see now that Cow51's army, which is flanking from the right, is going to be able to just walk away, no problem, from the armies here at all, because it's not been surrounded at all. But we're going to see as now Ted comes in here to creep this rather difficult green camp, we're going to see Cow51 as well as Scamp's Blade Master coming in here. We're going to see a dust going off onto that Blade Master. Is going to get coiled as well, going to be running away at 90 HP, down to 79. He needs to drop below 70 for a coil to pick him off, or at least at 70. I'm going to go ahead, and he's going to use a healing staff. Going to be fine. We're going to see a death coil going ahead and being used to pick off a footman, and it looks like we might have seen a deny on that water elemental from that Archmage. I think we did indeed. We do see several Grunts at this point, as well as this Fiend. Again, Ted and Fly trying to come back down here to creep out this green camp. As you can see, it's full HP yet again. These do heal, and they cast slow. It's very, very difficult to creep this out with a very low number of units, but we do see now that there are 4 Fiends on the map that is going to have a much easier time to go ahead and creep that out. We do see Ted is stacking to tier 2. We do see Scamp bringing in 2 Grunts, breaking Windwalk on that Blade Master, trying to do some damage right there, and of course with the Endurance Aura, it's going to be really difficult between the Endurance Aura and once this Death Knight hits level 2, the Unholy Aura, to actually catch these units and to chase them down. But at any rate, we will see that the Scamp is going to run away now with that Blade Master just a little bit, trying to flank the Undead Army. But up here we can see that Cow51 is actually going to come in here and harass Fly's shop right now at this point, and Fly bringing his army back, but we do see that there are Scamp's Grunts right there, and it looks like maybe a surround. Yes, a surround off on one of Scamp's Grunts by Fly. Very nicely done. The 4-point perfect surround with those Grunts. No problem. Much easier to do that when you do have the endurance, or of course versus someone who does not. That is 10% movement speed bonus, which is quite nice, as well as a 5% attack speed bonus, which is also quite nice at level 1. And over here we're going to see that Ted now has crept this out, this a natural gold mine expansion that he wants, should he want to take it, and he's going to be able to get level 2 picked up for that very easily, which is nice. As you can see, he's sustained a fair amount of damage on his army from that, but that's just essentially what happens. That is a very difficult camp to creep as well, in terms of trying to not take too much damage, because there's a chain lightning and lots of bloodlust, and it can be a little bit tricky. But over here we're going to see now there are 6 grunts for Ted, or for Fly, going ahead and putting up that war mill. Let's see, where are everyone's techs at? Fly's tech about halfway through, and Ted about to hit tier 2. Over here we can see that Scamp1 has already hit tier 2, as well as Kow51, who's also already hit tier 2. We do see a Mountain King that's coming out for Kow51, or I'm sorry, coming out, it's already out, and we're going to see 2 of these Arcane Sanctums are down, pumping out sorceresses right now. Over here we're going to see a Bestiary is down, pumping out some Raiders, now researching Ensnare, and going to go ahead and see there is a War Mill out, or coming up for Scamp1 as well. Over here we're going to see that Fly, as he creeps out his natural gold mine, right as soon as that finishes, here comes Kow51's army. He's going to speed scroll and try to get this round off. Will he be able to do so? He goes ahead and stomps the Mountain King. The Mountain King is now surrounded in a very bad position. There's no way out for that Mountain King. There's no TP scroll on the Archmage or on the Mountain King. There is a potion of healing on the Archmage, however, that will not benefit that Mountain King whatsoever. You do see Scamp coming in here now with his Shadow Hunter, as well as that Blade Master. Going to go ahead and pick off one of Fly's grunts as Fly TP's out. Of course, he did not want to deal with the fact that there was going to be Slow as well as Hex in that fight. Now we can see over here, we do have Forever Ted just chilling up here on this ramp, trying to keep the high ground, trying to keep the proper positioning against this incoming army. We will see that there's that Blade Master now. He's going to be hexing the DK, trying to kill a Fiend. Going to get a nice War Stomp off from Fly to get enough time to get that coil off. Barely done, but nicely done. Really nicely done. Going to go ahead and keep that Fiend alive. Really nice teamwork right there. That's the kind of micro that wins you games. Absolutely. Really nicely done. That saved Ted and Fly's team 250 gold, which is a considerable amount, especially when you're seeing these huge armies right now. As you can see, dealing with casters can be an issue, and dealing with all this harass. We do see a Water Elemental being picked off, and level 3 being picked up for that Torn Chieftain. We do have level 3 on that Death Knight, and he does actually have a Potion of Greater Mana as well. But he only has 1 charge left on his Rod of Necromancy. We're going to go ahead and see a Speed Scroll being used by Fly's Torn Chieftain, trying to take into a nice position. Gonna go ahead and War Stomp a Sorceress, a Priest, as well as a Grunt. Coming in here, getting a surround off on this Blade Master. Will it be enough to kick him down? He's about to hit level, having enough mana for a Windwalk out. Gonna go ahead and get stomped before he can do so, and dusted as well. Down goes the Blade Master, who's only level 2. Here comes the Lich from Ted. Gonna go ahead and bring another charge of Rod of Necromancy, and that's gonna allow him to have much more skeletons on in this fight, and perhaps be enough to actually end the game. It's a possibility. We do see the Frost Armor is being used on the Torn Chieftain, as well as the Death Knight and a Grunt now, making it very difficult for Kow51 or Scamp to actually pick off units here. As you can see, it's just taking a ton of damage. It's going to be able to kill this Raider. No, he's not going to focus the Raider. He's going to go ahead and try to focus down this Grunt, and down goes that Grunt. There goes the Indeed. And we do see another Torn Chieftain Stomp. Going to go ahead and get us a round off on this Archmage. Really nicely done. And again, he does not have a TP. He does go ahead and use that Potion of Healing. Going to try to pick off a Grunt. Not even going to be able to pick the Grunt off. That was very low HP before he goes down. And then we're going to see a Nova coming up, because now that Lich is level 2. Just absolute decimation by Ted and Fly in this fight. Really nicely done. Really nice stomps. Really perfect timing with that Lich coming in here. And again, having all of those Fiends and having all of those Grunts, essentially not losing them in the earlier game to all of the harass that Kow51 and Scamp put out is really nice. And this could be a very decisive victory. We do see some skeletons in here just wasting the mana of these sorceresses, having slow cast on them, and just essentially not really having to do too much. They're feeding a little bit of experience over here to the Shadow Hunter, but it's only probably like 36 experience. I think that was 3 skeletons that died over there. Not a huge amount when that Shadow Hunter is not even really, that's not really that much. It's just not. We're going to see that Archmage coming out right before that the altar goes down. The altar of heroes died as it was being focused, and we're going to see perhaps a position over here trying to kill Scamp's army. He's being very annoying. He goes ahead and ensnares one of these Grunts trying to walk up this ramp. There's not a very large army right here. It's only a Shadow Hunter that's level 2. I mean, it's about 75% of the way through, but over here for It's 75% of the way through level 2 onto level 3, but we do have just a massive army from Ted and Fly right now. I'm going to go ahead and see a grunt being eaten by Scamp's Kodo Beast nicely done. You're going to see Fly also eat one of the grunts with his Kodo Beast that comes in. We can see really nice timing from both players to get those Kodo Beasts out at the same time, essentially. And we're going to see another almost a surround on that Blade Master. Going to go ahead and Windwalk out of there. He's at 72 mana, so if he breaks, he will essentially, by the time he breaks, he would have enough mana for another Windwalk. Over here for Kow51, we can see his army is unfortunately just kind of huddled in a circle back at his base as Scamp continues to try to do some kind of a harass here to give Kow51 some breathing room. Goes ahead and tries to start rebuilding that Altar of Kings, and will that be enough time to get stuff out? I don't know. He's researching the spell, making another priest from those Arcane Tinctums, but here come Ted and Fly's army once again. Immediately going to focus down on a priest. Will he be able to get that priest? No, the priest is going to be able to run all the way back in the back, and with these farms here, it's going to be very difficult for Ted to actually walk into this fight. And in fact, Fly's not even going to bother trying. He's just going to keep picking off farms if he can, and that's indeed seems to be what he's doing. Down here we can see that there is Scamp's army is actually creeping out that camp at that shop right there. You're going to see that Fly is now really kind of wedged his way into this fight, into this human's base, and they're really just taking out everything that this human has left, and GG is actually called by Kow51. So nicely done, and that's good game for game 1, and also, that's the 100th Warcraft 3 cast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I do have something special planned. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm not going to reveal, I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but I'll just say it's about 10% done. And hopefully within 2 weeks I'll be able to get it out. But it's going to be for the 100. It was supposed to be for the 100th Warcraft 3 cast. Maybe it'll be for like the 300 subscriber mark or something. We're actually quite close to 300 subscribers, which is pretty cool, I got to say. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, like I said, I got something awesome planned, and I'm working on it, and hopefully I'll be able to get that done soonish, and I think you guys will enjoy it, or at least get a laugh out of it, but we'll see about that whenever that happens. And so if you want to watch game 2, just click right here, and I think you should, because this series is pretty good. It's like I said, from what I've been told, this was pretty much a domination in this fight, but you know what, 2v2 can go that way. The harass from Scamp and Kow just kind of didn't go as they planned, and so that was unfortunate for them, but it was a good game anyway, and hopefully, like I said, you guys will enjoy game 2, so just click right here, and I'll see you there.